I think Korean culture is so beautiful.
I kind of see myself walking into a very iffy ground, but I'll just say it anyway. Young Korean women have to be really careful to not come across as feminist.
Korea's got such a deep history, and I feel like it comes out in everything.
Kpop fans are pressured into buying the same album multiple times.
Deepfake is kind of being considered as this very dangerous toy that will probably not go away. We need to figure out a way of, cohabitating. My name is Yoon So-yeon. I'm a culture reporter at the Korea JoongAng Daily. It's an English newspaper of the 중앙일보, which is one of the 3 largest newspapers in Korea. I'm at the culture desk, but my specialty is in pop culture. The thing that excites me the most about K-pop in Korea is that the dynamics are quite different from the other markets. When I first started reporting on K-pop, I felt that it was a reporter's right and duty to be critical about the cultural content that came out. So if I thought that a song wasn't good or an album wasn't good, that it was, my right and duty to say that it wasn't good or that, someone, really performed poorly. Each new showcase or an interview or press conference that I went to, and I saw these young idols, and I say young because they're really young. Some are even like 11, 12 years old. And even the older idols in Korea are no more than like in their early or mid-20s. And if I said that a song is bad or a performance was bad, I'm not criticizing the people who made it. I'm criticizing the young people who are performing it. And knowing that there's a face behind every song, it gave me this kind of really heavy sense of responsibility, I guess.
Every day in Seoul, young Korean artists take to the streets for K-pop dance busking, performing high-energy routines in public spaces like Hongdae. These performances, filmed by bystanders or fan sites, have become unofficial showcases with videos frequently going viral.
One of the earliest examples of idols is singer Boa. She is a singer at SM Entertainment, and she was around 13 or 12 when she debuted. And it was the novelty of this young girl who was so good at singing, so good at dancing, and then that appeals to other people, and so other young girls see it, and then they want to become a part of that. And the producers know that that appeals to the audience, so they go out casting those little girls, and that again develops into the audience expecting a young artist to be able to pull off what the others did in the past. I think the latest government statistics is that we have something like 300 groups active in the industry. So we know of a couple of names, right? And then there are 298 groups that we don't know about. And only a handful get to make it.
In Korea, artists and fans share a uniquely close bond. We spoke to the leader of K-Pop for Planet, an organization working to expose the industry's reliance on overconsumption and profit-driven practices. Despite most fans now streaming music, South Korea's physical album sales have nearly tripled in just 3 years, hitting over 119 million copies, driven largely by marketing tactics that encourage bulk buying.
I have been a K-pop fan since I was an elementary school student. In the K-pop culture, K-pop fans are pressured into buying the same album multiple times. Companies put lots of random photo cards in the albums, like more than 100 kinds of photo cards. So the fans have to buy the same album multiple times until they get the card that they want. Most of fans want to attend the offline events, like fan sign events, so they can talk to the idols directly. But to attend that event, the K-pop fans have to buy the same albums because it worked as entry tickets to those events. So If I want to attend very famous idol groups such as BTS, I have to buy more than 500 albums. The context is almost the same, and they just slightly change the covers of the albums. K-pop fans have complained these issues a lot because we feel guilty that we don't want to waste these albums away. We are demanding two things to the entertainment companies. We are asking them to stop the toxic marketing so that we can reduce the album waste. And the second thing is we asking them to disclose the specific and detailed data about their carbon emissions. I want the K-pop industry to communicate with K-pop fans so that the next generation can also enjoy K-pop for a long time.
Jain Rose is one of the few who reached superstar status in K-pop. As a member of Brave Girls, she watched their 2017 track Rollin' go viral after release. Suddenly, millions of fans followed their every move. Albums sold out worldwide, and her image filled shelves across the globe. Jain is starting over as a solo artist. But in K-pop, agencies often prioritize groups, leaving solo acts with smaller budgets and limited promotion. Going solo isn't just a new chapter, it's a complete reset.
Living the idol life meant being completely cut off in a secluded environment. When we lived in the dorm, we didn't have cell phones, wallets, or even the dorm's password. And that difference created a kind of gap. As for me, I ended up leaving because I got sick. It's difficult, but I feel that the reason idols are able to succeed lies in their ability to focus entirely on one goal. I believe that what makes idols truly idols comes from this isolated lifestyle. However, I think there should be more freedom in terms of individuality. Instead of idols being entirely created by their companies, I believe they should each have their own unique colors, coming together as a group. I think if more content were created around what we genuinely consider cool and what we want to see unfold in the world, wouldn't we develop into a better society with the kind of technology we want to engage with?
In Korea, tradition and innovation collide to create a balance that gives the country its unique position in the world, often not well understood by foreigners.
One of the things that I do debate myself a lot on whenever I try to write a story is that everything that I report on happens in Korea, but because I'm doing it in English, I have to always think about what the broader audience would want to know in that context, because there are things that Koreans just take for granted. We don't even have to mention it in the story. One of the questions that I really get often is, how is it legal for such young trainees to sing and dance and practice for 12, 15 hours a day? And one of those things is that in Korea, we take it for granted that someone would work for 12 hours a day. But outside of Korea, it isn't that, and especially if you're a minor. So details like that, the sentiment of what makes it okay for us to think that people work so hard or such long hours.
Next, we meet Olivia, an artist building her identity in Korea after spending most of her life in Australia. While her sister Danielle found fame as a K-pop star, Olivia is now forging her own path.
My name is Olivia Marsh.
In just 1 year, Olivia's solo career has taken off, earning millions of streams across platforms.
I've got influence from my dad's side, being Australian, and also influence from my Korean side. They're kind of blended in me, like how paint is kind of mixed together. I can't really separate the colours. And so I decided to move to Korea because my sister and my mum were already here, and I just wanted to be close to them. I'm not as fluent in Korean as I am in English, and I was a bit nervous about how I would be received. I came here and I ended up working in a company. People there, they were also K-pop producers, freelancing, and so I was very, very lucky because One of the producers there was like, oh, do you want to write a song together and kind of pitch it? That first step was what kind of led me into meeting more people in the industry and freelancing more and more as a top liner and getting a little bit more confident at writing for other people and for myself and learning the ways of the industry. I'm in love with Korean culture, and I feel like at this moment in my life, being here is perfect for me. I mean, look at the snow, like it's gorgeous here. Korea's got such a deep-rooted history, and I feel like it comes out in everything. So like even the food and the people are so kind and so warm and friendly.
In a world where so much gets lost in translation, we rely on the media as a chance to understand cultures. As technology advances and AI reshapes the world, the meaning of being an artist is evolving, just like the definition of being human itself.
In the broadest sense, a virtual idol is an animated character performing, singing, without the identities of the real person behind it revealed. We would call that a virtual influencer or a virtual YouTuber, but virtual idols are quite specific. They would do everything that a K-pop group does, just not in the real world. So they would have groups and agencies, and they would release albums, and they would actually hold concerts or performances, or even go on television shows. Since earlier this year, it's definitely becoming a thing. So if you say virtual idol, people would kind of know what it is. There will definitely be a massive transition. So people will tilt toward virtual stars. Companies will pop up, fans will move along, and even I might become a fan one day. But that doesn't mean that I will stop liking people or human stars. I think the industry will find a way of cohabitating, but just right now, we're just very scared of this thing called virtual stars.
Hello, my name is Yoon Park. We're in the green chroma key studio, and we're going to have a content shoot.
We sat down with their team to see firsthand how the next generation of stardom is being engineered. This vocalist of Eternity is already a star as an AI idol, but in real life, her solo career has yet to take off in the same way.
To create a new virtual human or digital human, you first need to plan where and what concept the new character should be created. With that rough plan, we simulate the persona of the person. We then find the face that matches that persona. The face could be one of millions of AI-generated faces. Well, these exhibitions, performances, and advertisements are all sources of revenue for Eternity. In the future, we plan to strengthen revenue for music and the fandom business. For me personally, it's really rewarding and interesting to be able to push some of my own identity as a woman and the direction I'm trying to go in as a woman. Eternity has become like another version of myself, a friend, a younger sibling, or even a daughter I'm raising. Of course, there are aspects of the Eternity project that require caution, but I've been focusing more on fully portraying the woman I want to express. Deepfake issues are quite prevalent, and it's truly unfortunate. Especially since it has garnered so much attention for negative reasons, it's regrettable from the perspective of developing this technology and working on our project. However, I believe this technology can be used for good or bad, depending on the intentions of the user. If used positively, it can become a powerful tool that consolidates time, costs, and talents effectively. That's why I hope this technology can be utilized more for good purposes and for developing future-oriented innovations.
I think one of the things about being a Korean and living in Korea is that we're very early adapters of any technology that there is in the world. On the one end, we use K-pop singers' voices and faces to make videos of them covering other artists' songs, and fans would, love it. In my very personal view, I think Instagram filters and AI face generation, they're all based on the same technologies. So they're basically the same thing used by different people for different ends. Instagram filters, it doesn't harm anyone because it's very voluntary. I'm doing it for myself. And the same thing goes with a virtual star who's a real person's face getting 3D remodeled through computer graphics. Again, very voluntary, and everything is agreed upon by both parties. Deepfakes, however, they use the same technology, but the part about deepfakes in Korea is that a lot of the times the content that are being made isn't consensual. This is a really grey area in Korea right now, because if someone creates a deepfake pornography using someone else's face but doesn't distribute it or spread it online, then the criminal charges that can be brought against them are very, very narrow and minimal at best. Everything that involves technology, I think, has both sides to it. So there will always be criminals or perverts trying to, take advantage of the whole thing. And then there would always be people who are trying to make better of the things that we do have. So companies like Locus X, developing Rozy and other influencers or virtual stars.
Locus X is Korea's virtual entertainment group, blending 3D tech, AI, and social media to build the future of influence.
My name is So-yeon and I'm working at Locus. My role is making Rozy's Instagram feed.
Their breakthrough came when they created Rozy, an AI influencer they presented to the world as real. No disclaimers, no labels, just a carefully curated persona. When fans discovered she wasn't real, many were shocked. But as AI technology advances, Locus X continues to expand because AI can do more, work faster, and cost less, all without the need for human talent behind the scenes. When virtual influencers exist, it raises deeper questions about identity, value, and visibility. Behind the tech, women are facing a deep cultural shift. In Korea, fewer women are marrying young, and dating culture has become more complex, with many prioritizing careers, personal growth, and social connections before settling down.
As a 31-year-old woman living in Korea without a boyfriend, I would like to date if there is a man who will respect the fact that women are subject to the subtle, very subtle prejudices. Korean men have to go to the military for 2 years, and I really understand and respect the resentment they have toward the society for forcing them to give up that very crucial part of their life. They take that anger toward women for not sharing that burden and enjoying the 2 years while they suffer, and that's the wrong redirection of their anger.
In dating, men are expected to be financially secure, while women are judged heavily on looks. Nearly 1 in 3 women in their 20s have had cosmetic surgery.
What I would really like for people outside of Korea to understand is that every culture is unique. And I feel like sometimes Korea has this very peculiar happenings taking place that it might seem very weird to the Western or outside eye. But there are so many good things that do come out of it. K-pop and K-entertainment can seem really harsh and suffocating to the outside world, but that's the exact same motivation that got this society to recover from a huge war in just 50 years. It's the reason why we have so many great movies and songs and stars coming out from such a small country. So I wish people would just take in both the good and the bad. Everything, I think, is a double-sided sword.